No clanging and banging. That's always nice, you know, when you have a tree stand, you got climbing sticks strapped to it, and you don't have a bunch of sliding and banging around. And by the way, my name is Sean McVeigh. This is Sean's Outdoor Adventures. And if you watched the previous two videos, I showed you how to put on the XOP climbing harness, and I showed you how to assemble and set up this carrying rig for the XOP tree stands. Now what I'm going to do is set it up on this tree here, and believe it or not, I had a hard time finding a tree with any branches. There's a couple little ones right here. I wanted something with branches so that you could see me take the lineman belt off the tree using my the tree hang-on strap, all in conjunction with climbing up a tree. So let me go ahead and take the stand off, and let's go ahead and get ready to climb this tree. I typically just set everything right here at the base. The way that I strap this, I have one strap that's holding all of the climbing sticks on here. So I will remove that first, and now the climbing sticks are away from the tree. And I'm just going to set the stand right over here. Normally I wouldn't just flop it on the ground. I'd be trying to be quiet in the woods. I'm going to take off my first climbing stick, and you can just about get your first two climbing sticks on, you know, while you're standing on the ground. I have long legs, so I can kind of take a big step up, but you'll want to make sure that this is close enough to the ground for your first step to be somewhat comfortable. I like to stretch it out so I can get as high as I can, but again, you're gonna probably want to practice with this before you go get up in a tree. Take the end with the hoop and go around the tree with it. And I'm kind of close to the road. You can probably hear these cars. This was the only tree I could find near my house that had any kind of branches. I'm gonna pull this up, make sure that's as tight as possible. Now pull it down. I'm gonna step on it, get it set in pretty good there. And I'm just going to test it out. I know I don't have anything around the tree yet, but this is just, you know, I'm only a foot off the ground. So I'm going to take my lineman's belt out, and I'm also going to get my next step ready. I'm going to put my lineman belt around the tree, hook it in on this side. It's good to, you know, lean back, get a feel for it, be comfortable, there. I got my steps right there at the ready. So, leaning back right there, nice and comfortable. Grab my next step. Set it on the tree a little higher than where you want it to end up, because it is going to slide down the tree a little bit in the setting process. So, looking at it here, cinching it tight, pull down on it. I'm looking at my top step, so I need to go this way, this way, this way. I can grab my steps here while I'm going up. I want to kick that down in, make sure it's solid. Alright, so a couple days ago I started this video, and I was just editing it, and I realized that once I got up in the tree and the cars were going by, the audio just got all blown out. So I'm going to re-record this section. I'm on the ground, but I'm going to put one or two sticks on here and film the hanging of the stand on here so you can hear everything better and see everything better. Pretty much when I'm on the ground, I get the bottom step and the second step, and then when it comes to the third and fourth step, I typically just loosen this here and then take it off of here, but I leave it attached on the tabs here. Oh, it just popped off on me. So I leave it attached there, and then I just throw this over my shoulder, and as I'm climbing up the tree, you know, you can continue to take that off and put it on. I'll even put the tree stand on my back. What some people do is they tie their tree stand to a rope and their pack and their bow to a rope, and they hoist those up once they get up there. I like to go up with the stand on my back. So let's pretend that near the top of the tree here, and I have one step left to put on. Again, I'm just doing this in this situation so that you can hear and see me. Okay, lineman belt, let's get that in the frame. So lineman belt on the tree here, leaning out. Typically I'll have this over my shoulder, take it off, put this on the tree. Alright, now one thing that I would encourage you to do when you're on the ground before you even put your first step on is look up in the tree and see, okay, which side of the tree is my stand going to be on. In this case, I'm going to put my stand facing toward the camera, and so I want to plan my steps so that the last step is facing the opposite direction the stand is going to be facing. Now, a lot of people, I used to work as a professional hunting guide out in Illinois, and when I worked there, they always wanted the top step to be above where the platform is going to be on the stand so that you could step down onto the stand. The reason for that is the older stands didn't have a bottom step or strap, and a lot of them would kick out if you weren't coming straight down onto it. But I also found that to be a little uncomfortable, and my personal preference is to put the platform right around where the step is, where you're almost stepping straight over onto the platform. I just feel like it's even easier and there's more balance doing it that way. So I'm going to set my platform, here's my top step, I'm going to put my platform right about where that is. That's where I'm comfortable. And with having the top and bottom strap, if you have it strapped on right, you're typically not going to kick it off this tree like in the olden days. So my top step's right here, and I want to put my platform right around that height. I've just loosened up my straps here, and I'm going to start with the top strap. I always like to start with the top. In fact, you really need to get it cinched in properly. So make sure you start with the top strap, bring it around the tree. Now what I do is I get it kind of cinched on here, but then, okay, I want to make sure I'm clearing my bracket for the climbing stick too here. Alright, so you pick up the stand, and then you tighten it up some more, and then you drop the stand back down, the platform that is, and that really cinches that top in real tight. It should feel real taut. Now I bring the bottom one around, and see how the straps here, I'm going to go over top that just so it's not flapping in the wind. Cinch up my bottom one tight, and then if you want, what I typically do is I take this and I actually put it down in here again so it's not like flopping all around in the wind. You can even grab that one. I did lose a chance at a deer once on video because my straps were flapping in the wind. Now this is going to be a good example. Right now my lineman belt is down here. You can see it in the bottom of the frame here. It's below the platform or the tree stand. And pretend like this is not just a tree stand, but even a branch. This is how I deal with when I need to take my lineman belt off the tree. And this is going to be one of your most vulnerable points, stepping onto the platform, so you definitely want to be tethered to the tree in some way. What I personally do is I take my tree strap, I put that around the tree, and then you take your tether, put that through the strap, and I'm gonna put this strap through, but I'm not gonna get it super duper tight to the tree just yet. I want to make it so it can slide up the tree a little bit, and then I'm gonna tighten it up when I get up into the stand. Alright, so now I am secured to the tree here. I'm not going anywhere. I can take my lineman belt off. I'm coming up, foot on the last step. See, right onto the platform, that's nice and comfortable for me. Pretty much a straight shot over. And then I can slide this up the tree. Alright, now my tether here is still loose. I like to set mine right around my neck height. Let me just tighten this up and I'll show you why. Okay, so I've got the tether right here. And the reason why I set it at this height is if I have to draw my bow, I can come with my elbow right over top of that strap. If it's up too high, you're drawn into the strap and it can really mess you up at the time of the shot. So I personally set it at neck height so that there's a little bit of a droop here, so that when I'm drawing, my arm's coming right over that strap for my shot. And of course when I'm sitting down, I'm comfortable as well. And one thing you can do, I would say set the tree stand about a couple feet off the ground. Make sure your climbing stick is handy but you can practice hanging from the tree in the harness. You know, a lot of videos they showed with these harnesses, you know, people fall down a stand and just hang in there like helplessly. Like right now, you can't see my feet, but you can probably tell by the way I'm swinging. I'm swinging my feet all over the place. But I don't have a climbing stick here. What I would do is just turn to the tree and get myself back on the stand like this. And you're back in the stand. I mean, you're not helpless. And when you do that a couple times and you realize, hey, when I'm properly harnessed into the tree, I'm okay. I mean, I'm not going to get hurt. Even if I was to fall asleep and fall out, I'm only going to dangle right next to the stand. I can turn to the tree, put my one foot on the tree to stabilize, kick my other foot up onto the platform, and I'm okay. And I think that also helps give you a sense of confidence when you're up there, especially if you're someone who's nervous of heights a little bit. Do that and you realize, hey, I'm harnessed in, this stuff is strong, and if I put it all together, I'm going to be okay. All right, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to just get back down, and when I'm ready to get down, I loosen up this strap here just enough to get back down to around the platform here. I step onto my step, come down, and then I take my lineman belt. Once I get to where I can put it underneath the platform of the stand, I put my lineman belt around the tree, and then I get down the reverse of how I got up. Alright folks, so there you have it. That's how you set up a hang-on tree stand using portable climbing sticks. If you had a ladder, like a full ladder that goes up against a tree, you'd do it similarly, you know, as far as, but typically you have to read the instructions. Some ladders, they want you to assemble it completely on the ground with 2 people and then stand it up, so make sure you read your instructions there. But as far as tethering yourself to the tree with the lineman belt, and then with your, you know, your safety harness that straps to the tree later, that's how I use the 2 in conjunction to get around branches and to get onto the stand and always be attached to the tree safely. I encourage you to practice before you go out hunting. You know, get familiar with your stand. This particular one, if I was on a slanted tree, there's a slide right here. Let me loosen up the bottom. So I could take this out, move it up, put this back down, and now I've just repositioned the platform. Then for the seat, I can adjust this screw here to have that not come as far down. And now if you're on a slanted tree, your seat and your platform are parallel to the ground. I want to thank you so much for tuning in this video. I want to thank XOP for sending me out this stand to try out. It's a solid stand. I like it because it's a cast platform. There's no give to it. Like some of your welded platforms, you can feel a little bit of a give when you're stepping on it, and it can kind of make you feel like you're off balance a little bit when you're in the stand because you feel a little mush under your feet, and you don't want to be uncomfortable up in a tree. So having something like the cast platform, I kind of actually really like the rigidity of it, and I just feel secure up there. So that's something you can consider when you're buying a stand. These are reasonably priced too, so I like that. So in the next video, I'm just going to add a few accessories here to the tree stand, just to give you some ideas on different accessories you can add, such as, you know, bow holder, things like that. So stay tuned for the next video. Thanks for tuning in to this one. Until then, take care and God bless.